Tonight, Democrats are regrouping after a decisive loss to former President Donald Trump.
They also lost their narrow majority in the Senate and lost seats in the state legislature. Fox 9's Mike Manzoni spoke with a political analyst about what went wrong for Democrats. And Mike, there's no one answer to that question.
And no, Vice President Kamala Harris's message obviously didn't resonate with enough voters. Trump took back at least 4 critical swing states and is leading now in others that are still too close to call. And although he did not win Minnesota, Trump picked up more voters than he did last time.
On the campaign, I would often say, when we fight, we win.
But she didn't, and now Democrats have to figure out why.
So I think the party has to go through a soul searching and defining who they are.
Former President Trump took back the Rust Belt states of Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin, and he dragged Georgia back into the GOP column. In Minnesota, he also managed to flip 4 counties that voted for President Biden in 2020.
So this should not have come as a surprise.
Hamline University political science professor David Schultz says Minnesota's rural counties started moving away from Democrats in recent years.
We should think about the fact that Minnesota, there are 87 counties, and what's happened over the last few years is that Democrats are winning a fewer and fewer a number of those counties.
Schultz says the party doesn't connect with working class and Black and Latino voters in the ways it once did.
I will stand my ground while always seeking common ground.
Republicans did not unseat Senator Amy Klobuchar, but she won by a smaller margin.
The fact that she did not win this election at the same percentages that she had won her previous elections, including against somebody now who most people would describe as a fairly weak candidate, should also come as a warning sign to her.
Statewide, Republicans also made inroads in the Minnesota House.
They wanted something different. They wanted that balance.
That's why the Democratic-controlled chamber could end up tied, something that hasn't happened in more than 40 years.
I think they misinterpreted the vote from 2 years ago, and they're paying that price now.
And Trump's support from Latino voters jumped 6 points since 2020, and he nearly doubled his support from Black voters this year from 8 to 15%. Kelsey, Randy?
All right, thanks, Mike. Right now